Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Allotment Artisan. I'm Vicki, and on this channel we'll be documenting my family's journey as we transform this neglected plot of land into a beautiful and hopefully productive allotment space. We're a few days into week 1 now, and we've made a good start at clearing the weeds and the grass, removing the trickier perennials and reducing the height a bit of the annuals. I'm hoping for this to be a no-dig plot, so we'll be covering much of this area to suppress the weeds. But it's still important to start with to get out as many perennials as we can now. I'll do a later video about the no-dig approach, but if you want to find out a bit more about it, then do check out Charles Dowden's YouTube channel and his books, which are excellent. He's a long-time proponent of the method.
When you're taking on a new plot, you never know what you're going to find. So we came over earlier in the week to do a quick site appraisal, take a first look at what we're starting with and see if there's anything we want to keep.
As you can see, this allotment has been left untended for quite some time and it's a bit neglected. It's full of grass and weeds, and if you haven't done much gardening or allotmenteering before, it might seem a bit overwhelming. But all we need is a bit of time and determination and get this garden flourishing.
One of the first things we did was to take a few measurements. Ours is a double plot and it measures 20 metres by 20 metres. North is this way. The plot is right in the centre of the allotment site with no overhanging trees or any structures, so it gets a lot of sunlight and not much in the way of shade. It's edged with rough wire fencing around 3 sides, but mostly open at the front.
This is one of our sheds, but it looks like we have the roof somewhere, so we might be able to fix it. And a door. No electricity on the site, so to get a strimmer in here we'll have to borrow our friend's petrol strimmer. That's a job for tomorrow. So this is what we've been left with in the shed. A wheelbarrow. So I should probably mention straight off the bat that I'm no gardening expert. We've had one allotment before a few years ago, and we have a small garden at home. So everything that you see us doing here is just us doing what we think is best. It's not official advice.
I love a good list, so as soon as I got the allotment, I made myself a wish list. It includes some of the vegetables, fruit and flowers I'd love to grow on the plot, livestock I'd like to keep, and some important structural features for making the garden productive. From that wish list, there are a few priorities that need to be considered first. Maintaining a healthy soil is a fundamental of good gardening, and homemade garden compost is a must. We already have a lot of green material that can be transformed into compost, and so siting a series of bins in a fairly central location is high on my priority list. Similarly, water is crucial to consistent plant growth. Given climate change and the resulting unpredictable weather conditions, droughts and summer hosepipe bans are becoming the norm. There is access to water on the plot, but I'd like to harvest and store my own rainwater too. Currently we have boundaries on 3 sides, but speaking to my allotment neighbours, they've had some problems with rabbits eating their crops. So before I get much in the ground, I need to secure the 4th side with something rabbit-proof. So far I found a few brambles and nettles and lots of creeping thistle and dock, as well as a variety of annual weeds. Some of the perennials have deep or spreading roots that will regrow from even a small section, so we need to get on top of these early. On a plot this size, it just wouldn't be cost effective to grow from plants bought at the garden centre, so I'll need to find a suitable environment for raising plants from seeds. Creating some no-dig beds will mean that we can get crops into the ground straight away. It's June already, so there's no time to lose. Even though there's not much to look at yet, we're still going to need somewhere to sit, rest and recuperate. As time goes on, I'd like to create an area where we can cook some of our own produce straight from plot to plate too.
Thank you for joining me on this very first episode of the Allotment Artisan. If you enjoyed watching, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with future episodes and see what we turn this space into. In the meantime, keep gardening.